So I have thoughts that I can't put into words, and this is kind of a problem for me. I have it in a lot of things, but today I was playing around with this MyFitnessPal thing, and it gave me a little readout of my dietary intake that you can kind of see there, and it shows that 20% of my diet today was protein, 8% was carbohydrates, and 65% was fat. But then if we jump backwards and we start looking at the calories and stuff like that, what you'll see real quickly is that I only consume 1,600 calories today. And what I burn on a daily basis is 2,200. So if my basal metabolic rate is 2,200 and I'm only eating 1,600, my body has to make up a deficit of 800 calories somewhere because I'm still burning 2,200 calories a day. So when I undereat, what happens is my body has to pull it from somewhere. Where is it pulling it from? It's pulling it from fat. So if you figure 800 calories, you're looking at roughly like 90 grams of fat. I'm just being really ballparking on that, but roughly 90 grams of fat. So then when we come back to this graph here, and you figure if I added in another 90 grams of fat, right now I'm at 116 grams of fat. So if we added another 90 to that, I'd be over 200. I'd be at 206 grams of fat. So at that point, 206 grams of fat to make up those calories, that would completely shift my entire macronutrient balance, and my diet probably would be back to about 80% fat. But the thing is, I'm trying to express here, and I don't think people are fully understanding it, but sometimes you can undereat, and especially with the fat. So I tell people, oh, well, your diet needs to be 80% or more fat in order for it to be ketogenic. That's okay. Your diet doesn't really have to be those numbers. You can be any numbers it wants, but for it to be ketogenic, you probably need to stay over 80% fat. The thing is, if you undereat calories, so if you're hypocaloric, if you haven't had enough food to meet your energy supply, if you undereat the fat, just a little, what will happen is your body will have to tap into its own natural resources, and you'll have to burn fat. And especially once you're keto adapted, this is one thing I talk to people about a lot. If you're used to eating a carbohydrate diet and you do this, you're going to feel awful, and your body's actually going to lower its metabolic rate. You're actually going to use less energy. Your body will become more efficient. So if you eat 1,600 calories, your body won't let you use the 2,200. But the thing is, for me, because I've been working at this keto adaptation for like 6 months now, that I've been really hammering it. I mean, I played with it before in the past, but I gave it 6 months of really, really focused ketogenic diet just to see what adaptations would take place. I've done tons and tons of blood work just for my own personal interest. But the bottom line is, if you undereat the fat, so you're undereating calories too, because if you undereat fat but then you overeat protein and carbohydrates, your body has no reason to pull from your fat stores to make up the calorie deficit. So you have to have a total calorie deficit. But if you have a calorie deficit and you're keto adapted, if you undereat the fat, it will tap into your own body fat and burn that to make up the difference. So that's all I wanted to explain. I really hope that was an easier way for people to kind of grasp it than the way that I've been trying to explain it in the past. I realized that a lot of people had a lot of problems with that, and I apologize for that. I'm trying my best to find a way to explain it without sitting there showing you spreadsheets and like trying to show you graphs. So that's as simple as I can make it. I hope that helps.